It's NAB 2022 and we're on the Atomos stand here in Central Hall, and I'm joined by Atomos CEO Trevor Elborn. Hi Trevor, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
So give us a quick overview of where Atomos is right now as a company.
Well, traditionally we've had really good on-camera monitors that really sort of help the workflow, capture nice images, but what we're doing at this show is we've launched a whole bunch of cloud services. We've recognised that our customers want to be able to collaborate remotely. Coming through COVID, we've realised that people want to work separately for a variety of reasons. So this show for us has all been about creating those opportunities for people to work collaboratively, easily. So we've got a whole bunch of new devices this year that sort of make that happen.
Yeah, and so is that the main change you've seen in the customers over the last 2 years or so, the fact that they need to work remotely? Have you seen any other changes in the market?
Well, that's been the big focus for us, I've got to say. I mean, we're always trying to add nice features to our current products. Bigger, better, more. I mean, that's the standard kind of way you kind of iterate on your products. But the big step change really for us is cloud services, connectivity, collaboration, making it easy for people to work remotely.
Yeah, so we're going to chat to Paul now, and he's going to take us through some specific items, isn't he?
Great, he is.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So we just heard from Trevor, and now Paul, you're going to tell us about the products that actually make it happen.
Yeah, great. So yes, I'm super excited to be launching 2 new products actually at the show. To follow on what Trevor was saying, so basically the first product is a modular accessory, the accessories of all accessories for the Ninja 5 and the Ninja 5 Plus. So it's a really integrated solution for using the expansion port on the back of the Ninja, and then it clips on in a modular way to create what clearly looks like a fully formed integrated product. And it really propels the workflow of the Ninja, and it builds on top of that existing workflow into this whole new cloud services and connected world. And that's the exciting thing. So basically, the features that we've got on this new accessory, in terms of I/O, we've got a 12G SDI port that obviously adds to the HDMI and the HDMI in and out on the Ninja itself. So that means we can connect to obviously SDI cameras and HDMI cameras. We have built-in wireless sync, so we have a technology for wireless sync control and metadata, long-range RF protocol, and a shorter-range Bluetooth protocol that we call AirGlue. And that's an Atomos technology that came from Timecode Systems. That's all built in to this, so that means that all the devices can now synchronize with each other with super accuracy, and they become intelligent connected devices for things like remote control and trigger start, so they can all start at the same time, for instance. That turns them into intelligent connected devices locally on set with a long-range protocol that works for hundreds of meters. And then we have connectivities to the outside world, to the cloud. So we have Wi-Fi 6, which is obviously the best of breed Wi-Fi, and we have Giga Ethernet. So with those two, with a wired or a wireless connection, we can now connect to the cloud. Now, obviously, Trevor, was given an overview of the cloud. Obviously, cloud's quite a generic term, but the Atomos Cloud Studio, which is a suite of cloud applications, is very broad. But this is the gateway to that workflow, because you just have to connect this device to your cloud login, and then you decide where you want to take it from there. But the other connected product that we have that feeds into that, that's obviously the modular accessory for the Ninja. This is a brand new, fully integrated product. So this is actually our first integrated product in the Connect lineup. So it's a new Shogun. This is the Shogun Connect. And it's a fully integrated product with all of the functionality I've just talked about, as in the Wi-Fi, AirGlue sync technology, and the Giga Ethernet, to connect to those cloud services in exactly the same way, but in an integrated format with a brand new 7-inch, super bright 2000 nit HDR HD screen. And as you can see, it's super slim with a nice aluminium bezel. You wouldn't actually think that all the other technology is built into it, because this is
it's the same size as
same size as the original Shogun. Extra functionality on here actually, because we've got a little bit more space on the product. We've got an additional power input on top of the NP input. I
was going to ask you about the power,
which gives more flexibility for using external power. I mean, people tend to use a battery eliminator anyway, but it's nice to have that extra socket. And we actually have an SDI out port on this.
Okay.
So we have an in and an out on SDI, in and out on HDMI.
Nice,
So we can actually do cross convert as well. So
Yeah.
you can use this as a
Oh, wow,
converter.
okay. Nice.
So it means, you know, you could come in an HDMI camera and you
Yeah.
could go out on SDI
HDI,
to a sender or any other monitor.
Yeah.
We've got a USB port on here, which is the latest USB 3 USB-C port, and that's multi-configurable. So in the future, it won't be at the point of shipping, but in the future we could maybe mount external media. We could support a cellular data dongle for 5G, LTE cellular data. So basically, it's a pretty comprehensive package. Again, connecting to the cloud.
Yeah, yeah. So people with a Ninja that already have a Ninja now, they can just literally purchase the add-on to bolt on the back.
Yeah, and actually, and that's exactly why we designed it, because we've got hundreds of thousands of Ninja customers out there already.
I'm one.
Yeah, great. and we didn't want to leave anyone behind.
No.
So of course the whole advantage of having that modular solution for the Ninja customer is that from a $399 accessory, you've suddenly propelled what you can do with that Ninja onto a completely different level.
Yeah, completely different. Now, I find the battery level on my Ninja is fantastic. It will run for hours and hours and hours, which is what I need. With the additional module on the back, is that sucking a lot of power, or is it quite efficient?
It's not actually as much as you think. Obviously, it does depend a lot on what codecs you're running. There's a lot of factors that would make it a bit different. But it's not insanely different. I mean, I suppose broadly speaking, you could say maybe another 30% power drain.
Okay.
But to be fair, and you're probably the same when you use yours, a lot of people now are just using a DTAP power adapter, or they're taking it from a V-Lock battery, so they're not necessarily just using the MP battery.
Cool.
But
And are these both available now, shipping now?
They're actually shipping in June, so we really haven't got long to wait.
No.
So yeah, both products are shipping in June.
That's great. So that's the hardware now. Both Trevor and yourself have mentioned the cloud. What does that mean to Atomos?
Yeah, this is obviously cloud's quite a generic term. We say we've launched with Atomos Cloud Studio because it's a suite of applications, and when we launch the product in June, both products in June, there'll be two key services that you'll be able to use straight away. So we've just launched with Frame.io, their camera to cloud service. Obviously Frame.io is now an Adobe company.
Yes.
And that's just the most amazing workflow. So for camera to cloud, that sort of relies on the concept of having a proxy workflow and then a high quality workflow.
Yeah.
And you can either just use the proxies and edit straight away collaboratively in the cloud, or you can then do relinking the media and substitute your proxy for a high quality file later on. Now the magic there for us is that with our new firmware that's associated with our connected devices, whereas before you had to choose which codec you wanted to record in, whether it was ProRes or DNX or ProRes RAW, now you'll have an option to choose to record in two codecs at the same time. So you're recording two files simultaneously. Now let's say, for instance, on the Shogun Connect and the Ninja 5 Plus, when the Connect module is attached, you could record in, let's say, 4K 30 ProRes RAW at the same time as recording HD 30 H.265.
Fantastic, yeah.
And because we're recording both files, they'll have matching timecode, matching file name, and matching metadata.
Right, gotcha.
And then what happens is, with the camera to cloud workflow is, if I just sort of walk you through how that happens, in the Atomos Cloud portal, you'll log in as you or me, you'll associate this device into your project, and then you tell it where you want to go. And you say, okay, we want to go into camera to cloud today. So it then opens up the camera to cloud interface where you type in your Frame.io username and password. Then everything's linked. This device now is a camera to cloud device.
Right, okay.
I could start recording, and as soon as I start recording, as I'm starting to record, the proxy file is already going up to the Atomos Cloud. When we stop recording, the file finishes off, and we hand that file off to Frame.io. And it immediately pops into the timeline, well, not into the timeline, into your Frame.io project. And if you have your NLE open with the integration with Frame, it appears on your timeline. So you immediately can start working with that file thousands of miles away, collaboratively, in Frame, with camera to cloud. But you've still got the high-res media.
So you're recording in two
on your
places
drive.
at once,
Yeah. And then, of course, because it's all matching, you then could take that drive, put it into Premiere, press the relink, substitute high quality file, and then it's just boom, your proxy turns into the 4K file.
or for some applications, HD may be good enough anyway.
Yeah, and that's what the guys at Frame are saying, that actually a lot of camera to cloud is used for when you want to get content up there quickly,
just news,
edit it
whatever,
quickly,
yeah.
and then get it onto Instagram or YouTube or
exactly
sports.
as we're doing here, actually.
Yeah.
No one wants to see us in 4K, do they?
No, it's better for them, isn't it? It's better all round.
That's amazing. And that integration is all ready to go now?
That's all ready to go. So when we ship in June, that will be part of the initial cloud services. And then the other cloud service, which we're launching with, is streaming to your favourite social platform, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, Facebook Live. So again, you connect this to Atomos Cloud.
Yep.
You decide you want to go to YouTube. You type in your streaming key and your passwords for YouTube. The two are connected together, and suddenly on here there's a button that says Go Live. And then you're going live streaming at the same time as recording a pristine file.
It's a game changer, isn't it, really?
It's incredible.
It's taken Atomos in a completely different, well, not a different direction, but up, effectively.
Yeah, no, you're building all the functionality that you've already got, which obviously you're a Ninja user, you obviously enjoy using your Ninja, find it very useful, but you've now built this on the top of it.
Yeah. Cool, fantastic.
Good. And then the other services that will be rolling out as we start rolling out the cloud services, we'll then be able to support file sharing. So let's say you want to record, you're recording locally and you want to start putting media into file sharing services. It could be Dropbox, it could be Loosely, it could be any of those services particularly. That will start going roll out, because could be super useful that you want to start creating proxies in that. And then we also launched with our partners Mavis a whole live production environment where this will become a device into a live production, again via Atomos Cloud Studio. So there's a massive amount that you can take it, scale it from all sorts.
Yeah. So awesome. Thank you very much indeed, Paul. So for those that haven't witnessed this in first hand at NAB, where can they find out more information?
They just go to atomos.com.
Fantastic.
And they'll see both new products on there.
Excellent. Thank you very much indeed, Paul.
Welcome.
Check out atomos.com. This is an amazing product, as is the Atomos Connect for Ninja. Thank you very much indeed. For everything we've been doing at NAB, check out kitplus.com.